If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Move On sent me a comment and with a link attached to it to a newspaper article saying that that there's a campground, national park campground, that was being destroyed since the government shutdown. Well, to be honest, I was visiting Carolyn, so I didn't give it a lot of attention. I skimmed through it real quick, thought, oh, I need to make a video. I want to make a video on that. And completely honestly forgot about it. Well, the next day, No Way Out sent me an email with another article, which reminded me of the first article, saying the same thing, basically, that these campgrounds are being destroyed by visitors, not locals, visitors to these campgrounds since the government shutdown. And no sooner did he send it than Alan sent it and Mary sent it. So I mean, and every article that was given to me was a different newspaper. So, and this is pretty widespread. It's pretty serious. So there's like Joshua Tree and Yosemite that these articles are covering. So what it is these national parks usually charge like a $30 fee so you can come camp there. Well, since the government shutdown, they have suspended the fee. So you get to camp there for free now during the government shutdown. I don't want to get into the politics of the shutdown. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the trashing of these campgrounds. I put out these videos regularly where I talk about my fears and my experiences of campgrounds being shut down as a result of people going in there and tearing them up. I see it all the time. Just the other day I was down in the Missouri state-run conservation area. When I go down and visit Carolyn, I stay at this conservation area just one night. Then 2 weeks later I come back to it. About 6 weeks ago I was there. Somebody spray painted the walls in the bathroom. Well, I don't know, a few weeks later, came back, and the conservation area had painted it correctly. Come back this last week, sure enough, vandalisms again. So, I mean, it's a non-stop cycle. And I've talked about campgrounds in Tennessee. The guy shut it down. The Parks Service shut it down while we were there because they destroyed the bathrooms. I've talked about all the trash that I pick up all the time in campgrounds. Down in Florida, I was like the campsite host. I was not the campsite host, but I was having to pick up the trash daily, clean the bathrooms daily. And it was a small campground. It was like eight spots. So it happens everywhere you go. And every time I make a video like this, it's incredible to me how many people don't believe me. They don't believe that people are tearing these things up as bad as I say. People don't believe that they can shut them down. I've actually gotten lots of comments that says it's unconstitutional for the government to shut it down because we pay taxes on them. Well, that's not up to me. What I know is they're shutting them down. Some folks suggest that they start charging for us to stay at these campgrounds, which I'm sure the people are going to complain about no matter what is suggested or what is done about it. The problem is, it's not what the government is doing or not doing. It's what the people are doing to the campgrounds. And so here we have an article where the government said, look, you can stay here for free. We're not going to charge. Pick up your trash, follow the rules. And it's a free-for-all. People going in and throwing their trash all over the place. Ditches filled with trash. And I've seen this before. I've seen actual privies where people take the trash and just shove it inside the privy to the point you can't actually walk into the privy anymore because there's so much trash. Saw this down in Florida. Mice are running in and out at this point. You can see mice all over the place when you open the door. When it clearly says, pack it in, pack it out. People don't care. They pack it in, expect somebody else to pack it out because that's what I pay taxes for. No, your taxes are paid for these national forests to upkeep the forests themselves. You know, right now down in Florida at the Apalachicola National Forest. It was destroyed by a hurricane. And so they're having to clean it all up, all the damage. They're actually having to drill holes in trees for woodpeckers that their trees were destroyed. So there's a lot of work that goes into just maintaining the forest that doesn't have money left over to pick up after sloppy people. In this article I read that there is a guy, a veteran, who has lost the use of his legs, I assume through the war, who is going to this national park, volunteering his time and money to hand out toilet paper. He says he's handed out 500 rolls of toilet paper because all the feces are everywhere. One person is going up there bleaching the toilets every day. And I understand that. It does not take long for people to just destroy a toilet. So I always find it interesting that it's the volunteers of the locals who always end up taking care of the problem. I made a video on that long ago where I said in Colorado, the townspeople passed a tax. They voted for a tax and it passed to help take care of a national forest. Yet I always hear in the comments when I make videos like this, it's not RVers, it's not full-time nomads, it's the locals that are tearing these places up. People in the comments will always say, it's a shame that the few mess it up for the many. It's not the few. The many are messing it up. This is widespread. I watched a TV show called Survivor Man, and he was out in some, way out island, deserted island, no one was around, and he says it amazes me, and he shows a picture of all the trash on the ground. He says no matter where you go on this planet, there's evidence of human trash. So here's what I'm suggesting, is as this channel grows, and the more the Little House on the Road family comes together, perhaps we as a community can help take care of these things. And so what I'm asking is, if you live by one of these national parks, maybe you could stop by, help pick up some of the trash. We can keep these places open. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.